Okay, so I have this reference sheet and I want to be able to use it while I'm working in any part of my notebook. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn to the very back. So this is the back page of my notebook and I'm going to put it upside down, okay? Because here's what I want. I want it to fold out like this, okay? So I'm going to put it down here and I'm going to tape, and I'm actually going to use like 2 pieces of tape here. Tape like this and like this. Okay, and if you fold it out like that, then that way, as you're working in your notebook, right, you can even be working, if you're working on something else, you can have it folded out. Let's say I'm working here in my notebook, it's going to be visible to me. Okay, so that's there, and if you feel like you really need even an additional piece of tape on this side, that's fine. Just make it nice and secure so that throughout the year, if you're like, okay, let's see, I'm confused, and then you can just do this and then go back to work. Okay, so that is how you're putting the information sheet in, or the reference sheet. And now let's just take a quick look at what's on there. So there's rules here on adding and subtracting. So if two numbers have the same sign, then we just add them and keep the sign. So for example, -5 minus 3, right, that's 5 negatives, another 3 negatives, that's 8 negatives, that's -8, okay? Same deal, if I just have like 5 plus 3, that's 5 cookies, another 3 cookies, that's 8 cookies. Now if they have a different sign, I'm gonna subtract the numbers and I'm gonna keep the sign of the larger number. So for example, if I have 5 minus 3, that's +5 and -3, I'm going to subtract them, I get 2, and I'm going to keep the sign of the 5 because it's larger. And then here, this is -5 plus 3. Again, they have different signs. The 5 is negative, the 3 is positive. I'm going to subtract them, and I'm keeping the sign of the larger number, which in this case is 5, and so it's -2. Okay, and then just something to be aware of is that if I have something like this, 3 minus -5, that's a double negative, that becomes positive. So this would just become 3 plus 5, and that would become 8, okay? So double negative becomes a positive. And then just a quick note, also, you'll see this sometimes, 4 plus -7, something like that, adding a negative, that's the same as just 4 minus 7, okay? On multiplying and dividing, the rules are a little bit simpler, and the key is just not to get them mixed up with the adding and subtracting rules. But basically, if you multiply 2 numbers with the same sign, the answer is positive. So if I have 5 times 3, that's 15. Okay, the same as with dividing. So -15, -5, those are both negative. When I divide them, I get positive. If I have 2 different signs and I'm multiplying and dividing them, then my answer is negative. So for example, here I multiplied -5 times +3, I got -15. Here I had +15 divided by -5, the answer is -3. Okay, so hopefully this reference just helps you out. There's also a multiplication table, so it's easy to just be able to fold that in and out and use it whenever you need it.